For 50 years, Odetta was an icon of American folk music. She influenced a generation of musicians. In the 1950s and 60s, her spirituals, blues, and work songs became a soundtrack of the civil rights movement.
Nobody knows you when you're down and out. In my pockets, not one penny. Oh, my friends, well, I can't find any. If I ever get back on my feet again, I'm gonna see my long lost friends. Strange without a doubt, nobody knows you when you're down.
Now, when did you first know that you had a voice, that you could sing?
I don't know that I ever knew I had a voice that I could sing. I knew I loved singing. I knew I loved music. And one of the things I remember before leaving Alabama was pretending at the piano. And it was bang, 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 you know, the way kids do, until my aunt secured a headache and I had to stop. But always music was there for me.
She was born Odetta Holmes, New Year's Day, 1930, in Birmingham, Alabama. When she was 6, she, her mother, and her sister moved to Los Angeles.
Out in Los Angeles, of course, we had the radio. And I loved the music, I loved doing it, but it was in the grammar school that a teacher told my mother that I had a voice that maybe I should study. So, but I myself didn't have anything to measure it by. It's just an authority said I had a voice, so I figured I had a voice.
And who did you want to be when you grew up?
I didn't want to be anybody. I had a teacher who, because I was a big black young lady, little young girl, she was going to make me into another Marian Anderson. Well, I adored Marian Anderson and still do, but I knew I didn't want to be anybody else.
The young Odetta studied classical vocal performance throughout high school in Los Angeles. When she was 19, she landed a spot in the chorus of the musical Finian's Rainbow. Now, when did you pick up a guitar?
I was 19. In the chorus of Finian's Rainbow, we went up to San Francisco. I think we were the last of the Bohemians. Right after that, we had the Beatniks. You know, time was a-changing. Same thing, but just called something else, okay. And we would finish our play, we'd go to the joint, and people would sit around playing guitars and singing songs. And it felt like home. In the classical music, I was singing things like, "Oh, swallow, swallow, flying, flying south," only in a higher key. And it was a nice exercise, but it had nothing to do with my life. The folk songs were the anger, the venom, the hatred of myself and everybody else and everything else. I could get my rocks off within those work songs and things without having to say, I hate you and I hate me, and well, we can't even do that now, you know. But as a matter of fact, it was that area of the work songs and prison songs that helped heal me a great deal.
So you heard in the late 1940s, early 1950s, the work songs that the Lomaxes had recorded in like the Texas prison camps and the work camps, like Go Down Old Hannah.
Absolutely.
And these were slavery songs, but they were also liberation songs.
Well, I'll explain why I too think they were liberation songs. You're walking down life's road. Society's foot is on your throat. Every which way you turn, you can't get from under that foot. And you reach a fork in the road, and you can either lie down and die, or insist upon your life, your own individual life. Those people who made up the songs were the ones who insisted upon life and living, who reaffirmed themselves. They didn't just fall down into the cracks of the holes. And I think that was an incredible example for me, and I learned from that.
Will you sing us an example of one of the work songs that has stayed with you?
Okay. Okay. Are you on? Prettiest thing that I've ever seen. Prettiest thing that I've ever seen. Prettiest thing that I've ever seen. I declare now, run down to Texas, back to New Orleans. New Orleans, yeah, New Orleans, but run down to Jackson, back to New Orleans.